Here to discuss, Texas Congressman Pat Fallon. Congressman, very nice to see you tonight. All right, in light of everything that we just said, my main question to you is, does ICE have the resources and the policy to do the job the American people want them to do?
They absolutely have the backing of at least the Republican Party, and I think the American people. It's unfortunate that the Democratic leadership and the woke left is, are being they're being obstructive, and it's really frustrating because you know what, the president ran on securing the border, and what did he do? Border crossings, illegal border crossings, Brian, are down 96%. Joe Biden had 28 months in a row over 200,000 illegal crossings. Now we're seeing 5,000 or 6,000 in a month. President Trump's done a great job, and ICE because he's finally allowing ICE to do theirs.
Congressman, listening to Hakeem Jeffries, what did he talk about? What did he say? Violent deportations? All the millions of illegal migrants who crossed into this country under Joe Biden are here illegally. They cannot stay here. And I don't know, this is breaking the law. Is that where the Democrats stand? Because they are telling us what they will do if they ever come back into power, Congressman.
Dagan, let's be very clear. If they come back into power, we're going to have wide open borders again. The Mexican drug cartels will be controlling our southern border, not the federal government. When Governor Walz from Minnesota came and testified in front of the House Oversight Committee, I asked him, would you recant? You called federal law enforcement Nazis. Will you recant that now? And he absolutely refused to. This is what we're dealing with now, and it's like a bad sci-fi movie. I can't believe it, quite frankly.
All right, well, the movie gets worse. We want to get your take on this pretty stunning move from more than 100 of your Democratic colleagues voting to cut off aid to Israel. That's nearly half of House Democrats. Senator John Fetterman, once again, is not happy with his party. Listen to this.
I believe that the Democratic Party is going to become more anti-Israel. As long as we continue to do that, you make that official. You make that part of our platform. That's my red line in the Democratic Party.
Congressman, it's not just the radicals in Congress or running for office who are against this. It seems like it's increasingly the bulk of the Democratic Party that has completely turned on Israel. What do you think this means for American policy and for that party?
It's a dark day for America, Israel, and quite frankly for the Middle East as well. Because, Brian, now that's the mainstream position of the Democratic Party. A majority of the House Democrats voted to literally cut Israel off. And only one Republican, who's not even returning, who filed the amendment, voted to join them. Every single Republican in the House supports Israel, supports the only democracy in the Middle East, the only one that has a rule of law, who's been our dearest friend for decades in that region. And it's atrocious, and it's a very sad day, but it's also a demarcation line. This is the day, yesterday was the day, the Democratic Party abandoned Israel.
And Congressman, their hatred of Israel, and I'll call it that, really dovetails with their hatred for the country that they claim to represent. And it's not even an undercurrent. It's an upper current of what is hatred for the Jews, quite frankly. And as much as some of these left-wing nuts have called Republicans Nazis, they should look in the mirror.
Yeah, I mean, Dagan, it's one thing to have kind of the extreme woke left, broken, low status people that haven't accomplished much out protesting, maybe even getting paid by George Soros and others to protest and saying America bad, America evil, Israel bad, and also spewing venom, anti-Semitic, anti-white, anti-Western venom. It's quite another when you have 103 elected members of Congress that join them. And it's disgusting and it's dangerous. And I'll tell you something else, Dagan, I'll make you a prediction. It's only going to grow. This vote that was roughly, I think, 103 to 98, it's going to grow. And the Democrats will be 2/3 that will vote to abandon Israel in the future. So you know what? The Israeli lobby and Jews across the world, their only hope is the state of Israel and Republicans in the United States.
Yeah.
Real quick, Congressman, I think this is a bad spot for America to be in. And you can relish the fact that one party is going extreme and it might hurt them at the ballot box. But I want to know, what do you do to try to pull people in the middle toward a more sane position on this and so many other issues in the country right now?
Ryan, you got to be the level-headed adult in the room and know how to really articulate your position and say, look, we're just trying to do what's in the best interest of the United States, the best interest of the rule of law, the best interest of freedom, liberty, opportunity, prosperity, promise, the gamut, all of these virtues. And the Democratic Party is not. They're playing, and they're trying to divide us by race, by class. I mean, the class envy is just disgusting. If you are accomplished at all, they want to punish the industrious. So I think you do need to do it in a way that you frame it as, look, you have to know the issues, and you have to be likable and friendly, but show the other side's really extremism, and then I think you'll win the middle.
Congressman Pat Fallon, great to see you, sir. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Dagan. See you, Brian. God bless.
God bless you.